Yo, you have no clue. Trying to chase as much sunlight as possible for an adequate light source to at least do this visibly. That shit was annoying last time. Looking at the time now, I have no idea if it's gonna be this early. But yeah, see, the comedy in it is I actually just beat the street lights coming on. That's hilarious. For me though, for me. So I feel like there's a small victory in this. And, we look at Smackdown from November 17th, and there was a lot of small victories being exclaimed from a lot of the spaces if we really looking at it. So, yo, man, it's Neon. We in the now. It's Smackdown. We done went over the date. Was you watching? I was watching. There's a level of pride that goes into looking at this stuff, man, and you get lost for words when you follow it for as long as I have, and it's not really that many years, I guess, by comparison to like other cats that's all over this. But for real, yeah, man, I like that. I like the way things are going right now. It's really positive, and it has a lot of intrigue to it. I heard arguments of soap operas. I heard arguments of plants in the crowd. I'd argue that this was some form of necessity if we were to give it a shot for longer than 3 weeks. I think there's a lot of intrigue that's been in the product. There was intrigue in it leading into Mania last year, and now I think we really get like a true chance at at seeing what the new administration could do within this new era. So before we get to Mania, man, we got a billion places to go, clearly. And along that route is definitely Survivor Series, which is coming up. They talking a week from, I guess, today. So let's go ahead and get into SmackDown. What's going on with these ladies right now? Yo, SmackDown's low-key going hard, man. I'm liking what the ladies are doing. I'm liking what's going on with the LWO and this little novella they got. It's like, how much more are they going to turn up? And then we got to follow this up with more. So it's like, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it. And then you could tell that the coaches in the crowd are, like, I don't want to use the word trigger, but you could tell that they're really, this stuff is engaging. Like they knew how to do it in Saudi. Like they know how to engage the crowd, this new administration, if we paying attention to it. So all of this stuff with Damage Control and Bianca and them, not gonna front. We heard the Becky guess, and I'm not crazy about it, but I'm going to trust the process with it. We heard Charlotte call out a teaser on it, like, yeah, she turned on the fair share besties, blah, blah, blah. Right now, we're trying to build everyone's momentum, and it's a very clear effort being shown on that. Everyone is trying to get and keep new momentum. Becky got a little bit of that coming off the NXT stuff. She did the solid rub for Lava Valkyria, so I'm okay with it. Now, they had to get to that point, and then they needed to make Damage Control look strong also. Damage Control, last time we seen something like this going on, it's Riot Squad. I'm noticing that there's always some moment in the show or two that the new administration will pay homage to the old administration from which they learned. So I can always honor that, and I'm paying attention to it, so I'm seeing it. And like I said, I haven't seen ass kickings like that getting handed around since the Riot Squad. So Damage Control, new and improved. Not saying Riot Squad, absolutely not. But I'm definitely saying that they're moving like a very strong faction. Hold the next phone, because the real question is, who the fuck is trying to walk up on my vehicle like this and extra dextra slow-mo? Now, hold up. You don't never know. Now, somewhere in Hollywood, these Skid Row cats, they definitely, they find their way, to the nicer areas. And I can't really speak to it, too much. The most I could say is, come home soon. You know what I mean? Like, hold up, nigga. Oh, he walking on his little doggy eye. He one of us. You good there, girl? Yeah, I need to know some nigga walking around on my shit, man. Y'all never know what's going on out here in these streets. Luckily, he's solid. I had an idea that I might have knew who he was, but it wasn't no telling if I was 100% gonna be sure who he is. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and let him live in the spot in the moment. You know, I usually don't let these types of cats get this close, but he clearly got the press pass, so I'm gonna let him live. You know what I mean? Like, I was about to have to call security on him and keep it real with you, but luckily we don't have to do that because he's solid with us. So, back to the business. Yo, war games? We need Dakota to feel better soon, man. I don't know what's going on with her knee, but I'm really glad that she's still being an added element to the show. Like, for real. Maybe it's just me, but I'm happy to see that she's, you know what I'm saying, like being a thing and such like that. So there goes that. Bianca, Charlotte, and Asuka is really like it's not even Asuka, pardon me. Shotzi in that spot now. We're going to have to see Shotzi get a real moment in War Games. I'm seeing the elements to the teams being created, and I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what the ladies going to be able to do in this. So we got that. Next thing, we got triple threat with the tag teams for the next shot at the Universal with Judgment Day. Alright. And I mean Universal Tag Team Championships, don't get it twisted. Alright. Who we looking at, man? It was the Street Profits, Brutes, and Pretty Deadly. The Street Profits won only because there's a line. And then they win the popularity contest. I'm not calling it on some foul shit. I'm saying like the new improved Street Profits deserve that victory. I'm calling it that. So that's how that's playing. The Brutes are in a nice little coasting spot, so we're gonna let them live. I don't really have nothing much to say on them. Like they're in a good spot. It's like just keep that shit going. That's how I feel about them. And then yeah, Pretty Deadly, like it's a line, but they definitely on the way up. And I hate to admit it, but they definitely are gonna reach a part of the fan base that hasn't really been tapped into too much yet. So there goes that. Dragon Lee, NXT's Axiom. It's not a call up. It's Axiom getting one of those moments. Dragon Lee showcase, everybody. I mean, we all love him. We all love NXT. So to see opportunities get handed out at this level, man, like I said, like every week so far, man, I know it's appreciated. Y'all know I do the shouts to everybody in the Level Up program right now, like still. So Axiom is definitely one of those well-deserving names to get an idea and then show the main roster an idea, you know, and then you have Forms of the Machine behind them just to give that feeling vibe. I mean, Word to Tough Enough is a good look. I think it's a good look, man. It was a solid match, definitely. It's the future of the program. No questions asked. Like, man, the way the mid-card and like the undercard, lower card, whatever the fuck. I mean, it's not the main event, but the way these parts is moving, man, it's a higher percentage chance that these superstars are gonna be like the mainstays. And I used to say 5 years, but I say in 3 years at this point, 2.5. Excuse me. With the way, like I said, opportunities are getting handed out now, it's like, yo, you better get them while it's hot. Like, we don't know if it's gonna go cold no more. So, cause again, you gotta follow it. We got a couple of hot ones in a row. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and say Dragon Lee is one of them. We had the last one with LA Knight. You see what I'm saying? So, how we gonna keep this ball rolling? Who's coming next? You know what I mean? Like right now, Miz is a little bit on the up and up as far as just getting that crowd interest going. In my opinion, it's my opinion. That's Raw though. Let's keep it Smackdown. Alright, now we on to the novella. So, alright, I said I was Team Santos, but my man out here type wildin', you know what I mean? Like, Yo, he even called out Cruz del Toro. We called them Raul Mendoza. Like, that's a throwback to the old days if you really paying attention. Like, shouts to 205, man. It's it's a lot. It's a lot to look at. And it's like they've been together for a while, but it hasn't, like, it's technically been maybe a cup or two of Bustelo. Like, it ain't like it's been around forever, but Latin culture, especially when they went to Puerto Rico, everybody got over in a level or two. You know what I mean? So if you know about these cats and franchise, man, then this shit is deep, man. If you really into that part of their story, and man, I'm looking at it, I'm shocked. You know what I mean? So now he done broke up with them, and he don't want to fight with Carlito. Bet they lead into it. Wherever they do it, they gonna do it. I don't think it should be a Survivor Series though. I don't think that's a thing. I think we need to save that. I think they could carry everybody through the holiday season personally, like, or their program as far as that's concerned, because the LWO is really, really interested right now. What else? Grayson Waller, Cameron Grimes. I was just thinking about that next as far as things is going to carry us through the holidays. Cameron Grimes get his opportunity. I guess Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's your moment. I don't know, sink or swim at that point. That's what I would be on if I was to be given, opportunities out, which I do not. So there goes that. What's these guys? A-Town Down Under? Come on, man. Like, look, the chemistry is obvious. They right there. They're comfortable with each other. If they riding together, like I said, then that's exactly what I thought for them. Like I said, Word to Tough Enough. I could see it with both of them. They already claiming best tag team. Yo, whatever we doing with this tag division, when they get there, it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait for that. I guess we going to see what's popping in Perth. And then we going to France soon. So there go Ash. Yo, it's crazy. All right. LA Knight, Paul Heyman bragging about Solo. Man. All right. First of all, LA Knight talking about he going to take down the bloodline all the way. I don't know about all that, bro. You got chill. I mean, I see him talking. We all love LA Knight. Yeah. But, I mean, slow down, cowboy. I mean, you one person. Like, you can't do it all now. You're not Superman, But beyond that, yo, Paul Heyman went out of his way to really, really, sports entertainment bury John Cena, and I'm just hoping that he's able to come back and chase that 17 and get it, and it makes sense for the creative, and it don't happen before anything like this most recent time we seen with John Cena. First of all, solid rub for Solo. Let's get off of that for a minute. Paul Heyman did more than enough. Man, yo, Cena goes and then comes, and it's not even as he pleases, it's when it's open. And just to know how the scheduling is, and I'm going through my things. Like, I'm only out here right now. I'd have been out here earlier, but I had to run around and do family, man, dad, spouse things. I wanted to do this the whole time. Son is gone already, but at least I'm winning the fight for light, right? So John Cena chasing 17 and it making sense with the creative, just based on this last run, with him just being able to be there and give of himself before he has to get back to doing all of his Hollywood things. It's like, you really gotta appreciate that, because Heyman, like, sports entertainment buried him. Like, I would like to see him get to 17, but like I said, the creative got to make sense, and I get it. So we going to slide that over to my guy over in that department, because he's solid over here. Like, I think he's in a good spot for when he comes back. I don't know when they're gonna pull that trigger creatively, but as far as character development goes, whenever he gets back next time around, I'd say if he got 3 months, let's make it happen. That's how I feel about that. I definitely, all right. And then LA Knight defeated Jimmy Uso. Let's take a pause on that and get into the ladies getting beat up backstage by all the Damage Control, because that was the public service announcement from Bailey and them. Don't fuck around, Damage Control. Point blank period. So now LA Knight beat Jimmy Uso. I've already heard from my guys in creative what on this side what the plan should be for LA Knight. So we just gonna hope that happens. Him winning against Jimmy Uso is exactly what needed to happen. Let's keep him strong. Jimmy ain't going nowhere. He just fine. And we move forward. Now, Cody coming out to save everything. He's backstage. Then he had to get asked to leave. Fire. We'll take that. Cody's a politician. There was something going on, and then Aldis went back into his office, and Cody right there chilling, or he's about to come. It was great. Good spot for Cody, man. Just to speak to that inner politician, but then there's things a little deeper as far as Cody and his connection. We all know that, you know what I'm saying, but it's just it was a very classy space, very classy. That was a nice spot. I like that. Now, before we run out of sunlight, Becky Lynch jumped in for all of the ladies. So now we got a 4v4? I bet. Are we doing a fifth? Because Nia Jax, you know what I'm saying? But then we would need another person, right? So how we doing this? 4v4? I mean, Coda could be a wild card. That's the spot. So, that's what we could do for damage control. I think that's the creative that we need. Did we do enough creative for the LWO segment? I mean, I'm not exactly Spanish, so I can't really speak to you know what I mean? Like what needs to happen next. But as far as damage control goes, let's get them positions. Who's the assassin? Who's the what? Bailey's the leader. Let's live with that. Let's roll this, man. Let's make it happen. I really believe in it. So let's get these positions. Who's going to go for the tag championships? Let's make it not like the old days, but, there's a secret recipe to this stuff. So let's get the DX secret recipe on damage control. See if we can mix that in with some Judgment Day. And yeah, let's get through this Survivor Series. But next year, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where the fuck shit could go. Part of my language, but I don't even know where it could go this year as far as Battle Royals, WrestleManias, anything. You know what I mean? Multi-person matches. It's really the sky is the limit. That's my take on SmackDown, man. Is there anything else, man? I'm not even about to go into some of these highlights. What was it? Yeah, man, it's pretty solid. I mean, shouts to everybody that was out there doing their thing. As you can tell, it's getting dark now, ain't it? Did you subscribe? All right, bet. See if we get you to do it next time. I'll catch you then.